The net asset value total return over the full year for the company was 14.5%, compared to a benchmark of 14%. We achieved this by having a good second half after a disappointing first half to the calendar year. Leadership of the markets has been very narrow in 2025, led by defence companies and financials. Western Europe has been forced by Donald Trump to accept that it must be willing and able to defend itself, which has led to Western Europe starting to ramp up their defence spending. We have benefited from this shifting sentiment on the defence side through stocks such as Exosens in France, which provides the technology for night vision goggles for infantrymen. In financials, our positions in Southern Europe, where economic growth has been much stronger, were helpful. Here the performance was led by BCP in Portugal and Alpha Financial in Greece. The Trust has benefited from the need for society to increase electrification and upgrade the national grid systems, with companies such as R&S in Switzerland producing transformers for the grid. The portfolio continues to benefit from individual stock selection, and our largest contributor in 2025 was Alzchem, the only Western producer of synthetic creatine, helping gym junkies and GLP-1 users build or maintain muscle mass. On the other hand, there were a few companies that hindered our performance, such as DFDS, the Danish ferry operator, which has suffered from increased competition, and SÜSS MicroTech, a semiconductor equipment company, an AI-related winner in 2024. It has suffered as their customers digest the previous large orders. With respect to portfolio changes, we have established a number of new positions, particularly in Spain. These have included HBX Group, a provider of hotel bed banks, Indra Sistemas, information technology company with exposure to the defense industry, Clínica Bavera, eye surgery clinics, and Neinor Homes, a leading Spanish house builder. Elsewhere, we took part in the IPO of German company Fistra, another components supplier to the electricity grid. And we've picked up companies such as JCDecaux, an outdoor advertising provider, which we believe offers significant valuation upside. Our disposals have included a number of companies that have been bid for, such as Renewi in waste management, Veralia, the French-listed glass bottler producer, and Delata, the Irish hotel operator. We've also taken profits from Renk, a German defence gearbox manufacturer, and Iveco, a truck manufacturer, again with defence exposure. 2025 has been a busy year for corporate activity for the Trust. Firstly, the board concluded a tender offer would be beneficial to all shareholders to end the disruption caused by Sava Capital Management. Then more recently, we announced the upcoming combination of our trust with the European Assets Trust. Importantly, I think for our shareholders, there will be no change to our investment strategy or our process. For the months ahead, we are optimistic as central banks cut interest rates and governments appear willing to run larger deficits. The key for Europe is the proposed German fiscal stimulus and reforms, which go beyond just increased defence and infrastructure spending. Germany is our largest country weighting by far. We are far more optimistic on the ability for Germany to reform than we are for the EU to find consensus and push ahead with its reforms as proposed by Mario Draghi. The delta of improvement we can expect in GDP for Europe looks like being significantly ahead of the US. And this would make European smaller companies a particularly attractive place to be invested. In Europe, as always, risks remain, as such in France at the moment with its large budget deficit and political instability. Globally, there are risks, such as further US-led tariff disruption, or maybe in equity markets, the possible creation of an AI-related bubble, as US tech leaders become far more capital-intensive entities. The European market, particularly in smaller companies, is still valued attractively compared to other global equity markets, with numerous exciting investment opportunities. The European small cap sector is rich with companies at the cutting edge of new technologies vital to the global economy and poised for structural growth. We will remain focused on identifying mispriced assets throughout the corporate lifestyle. We are confident of securing lucrative returns for our shareholders in the year ahead.